Namaste Krishna Rao garu. Welcome to IYRTalks English edition. Today on an international issue, let us deliberate our talk on the Syrian unrest. About last 1 week, we have seen the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, previously affiliated to Al-Qaeda. He has started, going and, then at the Alpo city, he has started a civil war. The biggest now question is that where is this going to end? And is there any other countries behind this? And this impact already we have seen Israel-Palestine conflict in this same region. So this is more and more important in trying to actually to establish and stabilize peace in the region. If there is a stop and if this is stopped on this particular issue, it will be good. Otherwise, where we are going to go? That's what my question. I want your valuable.
The whole of Middle East, especially that portion, which I think is known as Levant, is already exploding. Whether it is Lebanon, Israel, Gaza. Syria has been stable for the last, say, 4 or 5 years after a prolonged civil war. And now suddenly, these forces, rebel forces, mostly representing Islamic fundamentalists, ISIS type of forces, have taken over that Aleppo town and are coming forward, and one more civil war is going to start. Syria, like Lebanon in Middle East, is a multi-ethnic country where there are, the majority of course is Sunni, 70% are Sunni, about 15% are Shias. Shias, Al-YT or something, that's a separate group by themselves. And then the Christians are also there, and Kurds, that's another group. These are the broad communities that live there. The present president's father, he came to power somewhere in 1980 or so, or 70s, by forming a Baath party, which is basically a socialist type of a party, taking a lot of inspiration from people like Nasser, who ruled Egypt. And he ruled ruthlessly for about 30 years, and then by about 2000, his son has taken over, and he also rules ruthlessly. When there is this Arab Spring and Muslim Brotherhood coming up in different countries, here also, because it's a Sunni-dominated area, that became the revolution point. Slowly, the extremists have taken over, especially after Iraq got destabilized subsequent to Saddam Hussein. The northwestern portion of Iraq, part of Syria, they established a caliphate. That became a dangerous thing because that became the breeding ground for Islamic terrorists who are doing all sorts of things in West. So America also was interested in finishing it off, finished it off. But they were also equally interested in finishing off this Syrian president. But he was supported by Iraq and Russia, Iran and Russia. Iran supported because he's a Shia. Russia supported because it has some strategic interest there. And finally, he was able to drive away all these rebels and take a full command over the place. In between, you have the Kurd problem. Kurds and Yazidis, these are the communities which are there in that area, part of them in Iraq, part of them in Turkey, part of them in Syria. And this Islamic Brotherhood especially went horribly against these Yazidis who are not Muslims. Since they are not Muslims, they really harassed them and doing all sorts of cruelties against them. So they were also supported by the West. So these Yazidis, Kurds, and all these fellows became the fighting forces and finally driven out the ISI. Now what is coming back is the same remnants of ISI, which is a very, very dangerous thing. But peculiarity is America, which otherwise is very much against the ISIS, here may not mind it because they want this fellow to go, Basarat or whatever it is, who is the president of Syria. It's a very, very dicey situation. Already the neighbors are in flame, and if this also gets into a problem, whole of Middle East will have a lot of problem. And then Turkey supports these fundamentalists because it's a Sunni state. So if this Basarat gets his support from Iraq, the other side, Muslim fundamentalists of the Sunni type, will get their support from Saudi Arabia, Turkey and other countries, and Syria can become a place for the fight between these two forces, which is very, very dangerous for the world. So I think let's hope this man would be able to contain this and ensure the peace and tranquility in that country as it is today is prevailed in the future.
Let's hope that good sense prevails between all the people, and the area over there comes under the peaceful ruling. Thank you.